Good evening.
Hello.
From the Tri-Cities, Washington, which is like Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, West Richland, Findlay. You know, it's actually the Tri-Cities, been Benton City, but there's all kinds of little burgs around here. So, pleasant
Great
weather.
day today.
Oh my gosh, it was 74 degrees today, like for about this long.
But long enough.
But long enough.
It's still 60 or something.
Mid-60s, yeah. It's quite pleasant out. So.
For the 4th day of November, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah. I have great news.
Yes.
The election is over.
Yay!
We don't have any idea who won because nobody's won yet, but they're still counting votes. But at least it's done. So
enough said about that.
Enough said about that. Hi, Dad.
On to Wednesday Wisdoms.
Wednesday Wisdom, wacky wisdoms.
Or midweek musings.
Midweek musings. So MWM. Okay. All right. Now for some really, hi Sharon, stupid jokes. Actually, these are not awful, but
really,
well,
we'll be the judge.
Yes, I know.
Won't we?
Well,
We will.
what did the baby corn say to the mama corn?
You quack me up?
Well, that's not bad, but where's popcorn?
Oh.
Yeah, I know, not too terrible. Why did the cookie visit the doctor?
Check his temperature?
No, he was feeling kind of crummy.
Oh.
So, like I said, not terrible. I mean, definitely groaners, but not too terrible. What's the dog doing?
She's playing with a toy.
What? No. Okay, it's a toy.
It's a
Just
toy.
making sure she's got a toy and not something else. We're
Yes.
painting that outside of the house, and there's stuff around the yard, and she's grabbing things as she's running. So you never know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hi, Dawn. Hi,
Crazy
Scott.
world, crazy world. Yeah, so the painters have been here. They filled in the soffits with these really pretty panels, and then scraped and painted, and then did trim, and they've been here for a week, and I'm really tired.
Yeah.
It's been longer than a week, actually.
I was going to do it all myself, and I went, two of them has been a week. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy to get that.
It's been 20 years since the
needed
house has
to be
been
done.
painted.
It
So
needed to be done.
we kind of needed it.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm done. Looks like people signed in. I'm out of
Hello.
here.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Gotta love it, don't you? Well, I am really happy to see you this evening. Not that I can see you, but I'm happy that we are connected this evening. Wanted to share with you a little bit further on our discovery last week. I'm eyeing a lot, sorry. Oh, there it is. Can I start over? No, it's all right. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be present and do the best that I can. That's the deal. Want to talk to you about the Healing Grotto we went to on Sunday. Want to revisit that, and we're going to adjust that meditation just a little bit so that we can heal on all levels. In order to really get a healing for our being, healing takes place on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. That means that if I heal a part of my body that has pain in it, but I don't change my mental attitude, my mental choices, my mindset, my shoulder won't heal. If I don't choose to change my emotional state about that, my shoulder won't heal. If I don't choose to shift spiritually, my shoulder won't heal. So even though we focus on the physical form, oh, this hurts here or that hurts there or whatever, it's the physical form is a reminder that something is amiss. And we could be amiss spiritually and create pain in our body. Because the body is going to resonate at what the spirit being is experiencing. So again, if we have experienced a betrayal, the body may have a sense of a pain in the back. And it may be a stab in the back. Somebody stabbed us in the back figuratively, but because of our mindset and our emotional set and our spiritual set, the physical body will register that. So, and sometimes we can wound our physical form by tripping and falling or whatever, and having all of those other things lined up, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all lined up, the body heal. So it's imperative to have all of them in alignment with healing, the concept of healing at the same time. So a lot of us have experienced a lot of stress or a lot of worry, a lot of fear. That's emotional. Some of that then shifts and moves into the mind, because then we judge others for making us feel that way, or we judge ourselves for feeling that way, or we judge that situation shouldn't be like that. So then there's regret and there's blame and there's shame and all of that sort of thing, and that's the mental judgment form of that affects the physical form. So there's all kinds of things that when it's registered in our awareness, our expanded awareness is there, whether we know it or not, it's there. And when we register things that are in discord in that, then we have that disharmony within our being that does not support our physical form. So Lila just laid down to rest, so I think that's a good cue for us to move into our meditation. So in this meditation, I want you to notice that we're going to do it a little differently today. We're still going to walk up the stream, and we're going to find the waterfall and then the grotto behind it. The grotto is going to be much bigger than it was on Sunday, whatever you visualized on Sunday, because we're going to have an altar for all 4 aspects of our being. So it'll be 4 altars and 4 different kinds of altars. So just notice that. And we will utilize each one to amplify the healing experience for ourselves. All right, so if you're ready, let's just take our little journey. So to start with, I'd like you to just take a deep breath in and just let it out. Let your shoulders relax. Sometimes we walk around all scrunched up, just to let it relax. Seeing that to myself too. And just notice your heart space. Just be there for a moment. Notice your physical form. Notice how you're feeling about your physical form, whether you register pain or whether you're registering emotional distress or whether you're noticing mental distress, worry, the mind chatter. Just notice. And now with that same ability to notice, I want you to notice your spiritual form. And that spiritual form, you might think, well, I can't perceive that. Yeah, you can. Just notice that there's an energy field outside of your body. It actually is from the inside of your body to the outside of your body, but we notice it out here mostly. And when we do the energy circle thing or the energy circuit, we can feel the energy between our hands. So I want you to just notice that and see if there's anything that feels amiss or blocked or open. Because sometimes in our energy field, when we're under distress, our energy field will tear open a bit. So there'll be a gap. So we'll either be venting energy, losing energy that we don't want to lose, or we'll be sucking energy that we don't want to receive. So just notice that, and with your awareness, that'll seal itself. Cool stuff, right? And we haven't even started the healing process yet. But just notice that. Just notice the edge of your aura, which is usually an arm's width length away from your body. But sometimes when we're stressed in, we can bring it in closer. It naturally comes in close to protect us. So just wherever it is, notice where that energy barrier, that energy field exists for you. And just glance around and see if you can see any openings. If you see any openings, just notice them I see you. It doesn't matter how it got there or where it came from or what it's doing at this moment in time. Just noticing that brings your spiritual awareness to that, and it will help seal that and clear that and allow you to then be safe in your own form. Now, with that said, sometimes if that energy field has had a tear in it and we downloaded energy that is not ours, or we have vented energy that we don't need to vent that's escaped out of our energy field, let's reclaim energy and at the same time release the energy that may be unwanted in our awareness. All right, so to do that now, touch the top of your head with your awareness, and this opens you further to Divine Source. We're always connected, but that opens that connection even further. And as that is connected, that brings in a wash of this living light of love. And as that energy washes in, let it wash through your being, through your energy field, completely healing any tears that might be there, completely, further, beyond what you've already done. And let that energy wash through you and push any of that unwanted energy out deep into the earth. Just let that process happen. That's effortless. That's part of Divine Source's benefit for you, a gift to you. And receive that with gladness. And just be with that. See how that feels for you. Just notice. Feels peaceful, feels calm, feels empowered. A lot of things going on in our world steal those things from us, steal that calm from us, steal that safety feeling from us, and steal that calm, empowered feeling from us. Let yourself receive this again. So as you've received this new energy, you feel refreshed, like a breath of fresh air. And now allow yourself to take a little walk. And we're going to find a pathway next to a stream. And as you watch the stream go by, we're going to walk upstream to where the stream is coming from. We're going to go to the source, or find our way near the source. And as we're walking up the stream, our little trail next to the stream, you'll notice that the stream opens up into a big pool. And at the top of the pool is a big waterfall, a beautiful waterfall. Now in your imagination, perhaps that waterfall is water, perhaps it's light. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're experiencing is what's right for you. Just notice. That noticing is very empowering and will grant you a sharper focus on this experience for ourselves. Now notice that the trail goes behind the waterfall. Follow that trail behind the waterfall, and you'll see this alcove that has opened up. Now either it has been opened up because of the water erosion, or it has been carved out by human hand. It doesn't matter whichever way you're experiencing that. Just notice this beautiful grotto behind the waterfall. And as you step behind the waterfall, you'll see and have a sense that there's this color emanating in this healing grotto. Now this color can have spiritual significance for you, so notice it. If it's blue, this could help you with your communication. It could help you emotionally. If it's green, it could help you physically. If it's rose color, it could help you spiritually. If it's golden, it could help you with your self-esteem or self-worth issues. Just notice what's here, and notice that it may have spiritual significance for you, and just be in this light and allow yourself to experience it. And let it feed your soul. Let it feed your physical form. Let it feed your mind, and let it feed your emotions. And now you'll notice there are 4 altars. We're going to put the first one is going to be a wooden altar, however that looks like for you. The second altar is golden. The third altar is crystal. And the fourth altar is light. So however you visualize that, those are the 4 altars, and they will be assisting us in this 4-level healing practice, experience, process, whatever you want to call it. So now put your attention on the wooden altar. This one represents the physical realm. So as you're noticing this physical aspect, the realm of physical world, this could be your body, your work, action that you take, that sort of thing. Wherever you feel as if there is a glitch or not quite right, and that could register as pain in your body or pain in your work or whatever, notice the discomfort. And then symbolize that discomfort and put it on that altar. Now, to symbolize something, and remember, symbolism is a spiritual language, and so this registers deeply in our subconscious and registers spiritually, so that our spirit, our subconscious, and divine source are in alignment with understanding what you're talking about. That's really powerful, is it not? So symbolize that. So if you have a pain in your shoulder, you could just imagine a clay model of a shoulder being put there. If you have a pain in your feet, put a pair of shoes up there. If you have a pain in your eyes, put glasses up there or something. Whatever symbolizes or could symbolize to you, even if it seems far-fetched to somebody else, whatever symbolizes that to you, allow yourself to place that on the physical altar, the altar that is wooden. And as you do that, let it go. Let go of the worry, let go of the fear, let go of the stress, let go of the discomfort. See the discomfort from your body being placed on that altar. And what happens is really, in real time, you may actually feel a relief from pain because you've given it up. You've laid it on that altar. And this altar now is going to be bathed in the healing light, whatever healing light you imagined when you walked in or perceived when you walked in, or maybe a different color, who knows. We're going to be just open to the process. That energy symbol is going to be now bathed with this healing light from a divine source. And as that light is being bathed on that, then this is letting you know that divine source is in recognition of that, and divine source is taking action in your behalf. And you can emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically let it go. It's not your job anymore. You've done your part. Your part was to bring it up. And Spirit's part is to do the healing part. Now, let's take a look. Just leave that. Let that process happen. That'll keep going for a little while longer. Now we're going to go to the gold in the altar. So this could be made of anything and gilded with gold, but it shines of gold. And this one relates to your emotional well-being, your emotional state. So this is where old sorrows can be laid on this. Old trauma can be laid on this. Now you can choose a particular trauma sometimes if you want to do this again for yourself differently. You can choose a trauma and lay the physical aspect of that trauma out and the emotional aspect and so forth on all of it for a specific thing. Tonight we're just going to choose some issue that you would like to have a healing about on the emotional level. That makes sense? So when you're feeling, if you're feeling sorrowful or you're feeling fearful, that could be here. Put your emotion, put a symbol of that emotion. Maybe it's a teardrop. Maybe it's anger. So maybe you want to put a hammer up there. You want to smack something. Whatever symbol works for you. So allow yourself to figure out what it is that you're feeling that you'd like to release at this point in time. Create a symbol for that and lay that on the altar. And as you lay that on the altar, this is a spiritual signal to divine source that you've let it go and you're willing to receive healing. And then again, let this healing light of love pour down over this. And what this is going to do is it's going to dissolve it. Now maybe that dissolving looks like vanishing. Maybe it looks like transforming it into something else. Maybe it just turns into a bright light. Whatever your experience is just right for you. There's no wrong way to do this. So the key here is do and trust. So let's just do. Whatever your symbolic object was, place it on the altar and let the healing light of love do its work. Now we're going to go to the crystal altar. And the crystal altar represents the mind, the mental stuff. That's worry, that's anxiety, that's regret, bitterness, those sorts of things that our mind takes and runs away with. Makes sense? Now you could also put on here a problem that you haven't quite figured out yet. How am I going to do this? I don't know. Put the problem over there. Again, make a symbolic object that represents that for you. Place that on the altar and let the healing light of love pour down over that and do its work. So just notice that we've done the physical, the mental, the emotional, and now we're going to go to the light altar. This altar is just made of light. And what spiritually is bothering you right now? Ooh, that's a big one, isn't it? Sometimes spiritually we have forgotten how to trust God. Sometimes spiritually we blame God for life circumstances, thinking it's his fault, or he, she, it, we, he, they, all of us, whatever that term is for you, that they haven't been there for you. So there's doubt. You don't know what to believe. Maybe your faith has been shaken by life circumstances. Create a symbolic object for that and lay it on this altar of light. And let the living light of love pour that light down on that. And that's recognizing that there's this issue here, and it's granting this healing. Now, who cares where it came from? Who cares why it's there? Who cares why any of this difficulty is here in our life? It's here. It's our task to do our part, and then it's our task to trust that Spirit is doing Spirit's part. This visualization is really powerful for allowing us to step into that trust mode. Now we're going to take that trust mode a step further. Now, as you're looking at the altar of light, we're going to stay with the altar of light first. You're going to see at the base of that altar, you are going to be given a symbolic object. Oh, before I go on, if you find that you're an empath, you have empathic tendencies, so that whatever's going on, you tend to pick it up, whether you want to or not. That empathic overload, lay that on the altar of light. Now, how do you do that? Well, just, again, create a symbolic object that represents that overload. So it could be like a heavy weight, or it could be a journal with scribblings all in it. There's just so much there. Does that make sense? So something that you can relate to, that symbolizes for you that an empathic overload, and lay that on the altar. And let the living light of love bathe that in light. Now, as we've done those things, now we're going to notice at the base of each of these altars, we're going to receive a gift. And this gift is a gift of a symbolic object that is going to grant us strength, peace, and comfort. All right? So from the light altar, at the base, you might see an orb of light, or maybe a candle, or something that symbolizes for you the presence of light. Okay, just a flash of one of those old-fashioned lanterns that has the handle on the top. So maybe that's one of those objects that you would like to receive. Anyway, receive that with gratitude. Just bring that into your awareness. Now, sometimes when we bring these symbolic objects into our awareness, we can just hang them in our energy field and they stay there. as an awareness for us. Make sense? So you can do that. You can place that in your aura, or just notice that it's there, or you can put it in your heart space, or there's no wrong way again. It's just whatever feels right to you. Now take your awareness to the crystal altar. And here I'd like you to pick up either a diamond that's been faceted or some other crystalline structure that either has been faceted or that has facets on it, so that it shows for you this bright structure. You know what I'm saying here? So this is going to reflect back to you the awareness of this crystalline altar and the work that's being done. So receive that. You can put that in your energy field, or you can put it in your heart space, or just be mindful of it and know that it's a part of who you are. We're going to work with these objects here in a minute. So now allow yourself to go to the gold altar, and here either pick up a gold coin or a gold nugget. And again, either place it in your energy field or place it in your heart space or whatever. Or put it in your imagination, maybe in this guided meditation you have a pouch or a pocket or something, you can put that in, whatever. So allow yourself to receive the gift, but claim it. Take it on for yourself. And then the wooden altar. Here you can receive some sort of a symbolic form that represents to you the physical form. So it could be a star, could be the infinity symbol, some symbolic object that relates to you for this physical aspect. And this physical aspect allows us for healing pain, and also for allowing us to feel safe in our physical form. So all aspects of that. So, maybe a wooden cross even would fit for you. If that doesn't fit, find something that does, and know that we're going to be working with these, not just today, but in the next few days, in the next week. So now, take your symbolic objects with you and allow yourself to just be with that. Whether you put them in your energy field or you're carrying them in your awareness, whatever works for you. We're going to allow ourselves to step back out of that healing grotto, back behind the waterfall, walk behind that waterfall, walk away from the waterfall, around that beautiful pool, down the pathway, and from the pathway back into your physical form, back into the here and now, back into your the room that you're in, and your awareness fully locked into your present circumstances, into the here and now. And you might want to wiggle fingers or wiggle toes. That brings you back present time. Now, the reason we've selected these little symbolic objects is that sometimes these things that we put on the altar to heal, sometimes they creep back. So a worry will creep back. If a worry creeps back, the worry happens to be in your mental area. So bring your crystal into your awareness. You can even tap it. If you've got it floating in your energy field, just tap it and do your cancel. And this sets you free again. That resets the healing altar in the ethereal realms. It reconnects that, because all the disconnection is usually our fault. It hasn't been spirit, it's been us. We've allowed outside circumstances to stimulate worry, fear, doubt, all of that sort of thing, or our judgments or anything of that. So whatever symbol you received, whatever comes back up for you, maybe the pain comes back up for you, touch that wooden object that you selected, cancel, and that healing energy from divine source is renewed for you. How does that feel? Isn't that a wonderful process? So I hope you've enjoyed that. I don't know how we are on time. Oh, just wrapping up here. If you have any questions, you can type them up to Phil. I know there's a bit of a lag time here, so we might not get them before we sign off. But go ahead and type them up. I'll get back on the computer and I'll check in and make sure that any questions or comments that you have are responded to. Okay? So anything else I need to address for you? I can't think of it at the moment. Phil's coming back. We're going to do our energy circuit and call it a day.
No questions yet.
No questions yet. Again, if you have a question,
Hi Jeff. Hi Vicki.
let us know, and I will respond to your questions. Okay, so
She does that.
I do
Amazing.
that.
She responds to everybody's question.
I do the best I can.
Yes, she
You're
does.
very welcome. All right, so let's do our energy circle. So rub your hands together really, really fast. Get that energy built up, and then separate your hands just a bit. Ooh. You'll probably feel that energy quite nicely there. You're still connected to source. Bring that source energy into your heart space. From your heart, down your left arm into your left hand to right hand to your heart space. And even if you put your hands down, you can even tell that it looks like a heart shape. But we're doing it this way so you can see our hands in the screen. And that works too. So see that energy flow. Feel that energy flow. And as you feel that energy flow, feel it expand. Again, this energy flow is happening right now on those healing altars in the Healing Grotto. And it's also happening right now in your physical realm. So receive that, feel that. Now there may be someone in your circle of influence that could use healing or comfort or encouragement. If you're mindful, there's plenty of that, yeah. If you're mindful of them, they'll receive this healing energy that we're sending, that we're receiving and amplifying with our awareness. So just be mindful of them. If you want to, you can put a little imaginary person between your hands. If not, just know that by holding them in your awareness.
Or a real person that just is right there.
No. No, Phil, that's not how it works. Anyway, so sending that will connect them into this energy, and that energy can bless them. So just hold that sacred space for someone for just a moment. Feels good to be of service. It's not all about me, it's about us. Let's release them, gently let that go. Bringing fresh bright light in, left to right, back to the heart space. And allow that energy to build between your hands again. Now as this energy is building, feel that beautiful energy of light. And you're going to collect that, bring that into your heart space. Because this will help support you and bless you in your journey. God bless.
And release it to everybody.
May your life be a prayer. We'll see you next time.
On Sunday.